My name is Cypher Morrison, and this week in car audio. Tune in. This week in car audio. Tune in. We'll be talking about bass, talking about chips, talking about rings. You ain't got them, zip your lip. You got a problem, you haven't found, check your grounds. The show about to start. Tune in. This week in car audio. Yeah. Tune in. This week in car audio.
Welcome to This Week in Car Audio with your host, the Judge, Doug Stockton, co-hosted by Mr. Jeffrey Fernandez. What's up, Jeff?
Hey, nothing much. How you doing, Doug?
All right. Did you have a little show this weekend yourself?
Negative. Had a little R&R this weekend.
Oh, no practicing or anything, huh?
No. Left Texas like right when I got out of work, and then headed straight for Louisiana.
Louisiana?
Yeah, that's how they say it, right? Louisiana.
What was going on in Louisiana?
Just had a little weekend getaway that
okay.
we planned months and months ago, and then when you guys all decided to do the multi-venue, I was like, oh man, I can't cancel these plans, but
no,
it's all
that's
good.
Important.
It's all good.
First off, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Badass Sounds by Steve, E-Box Design and Install, and Stolman Transportation. Without those sponsors, it may be much more difficult for us to do this podcast. Hey, I haven't even started sharing, so I can't see anybody's what's it called yet, so I have to set that up. Yeah, so we did a little thing, as you may have seen. I failed completely. I should have did it quite a bit differently. All right, let me go over here, go to Doug Stockton. Anyway, yeah, I failed completely. Yeah,
What do you mean?
When I did the live feed, I should have set it up completely different, and that was my mistake. So the live feed thing didn't happen, and that's, like I said, that was all on me.
Yeah, there was a couple of times I got onto your live, and it like timed out or something. I thought it was on my end.
No, what happened? Oh, I can see Mr. Hansen now. Let's see here if I can get the YouTube going. My phone. Oh, Jose Ramos with the test. Yeah. So I tried using my phone. What's his name was using his phone. And
like the data or no? What is it?
No, just
hotspot, right?
No. We were just using our phones to do the podcast.
Oh, okay.
And because we were doing the podcast on or not the podcast, sorry, we were live streaming.
Streaming live, yeah.
Yeah, it show chat. Where's my chat? Nope, wrong button. Anyway, because our phones, it was hot, they essentially shut down during the live streaming.
Oh, yeah.
It was actually pretty nice and showable this weekend. So
it was.
it wasn't as hot, and then it felt really good.
You know what? It was only like 87 in Reno. So
it was
I'm not
lower 80s and showable too this weekend.
Okay. There we go. Now that thing isn't messing with me anymore. Tiffany Paris popping in. SQ Sounds Tristan popping in. But so we did a little thing. We did the East versus West competition. And, West Coast held it down.
Nice.
Just killed them in base race, 129.9. Just took them all.
Oh yeah,
like they didn't even exist.
Just took me out.
That's right.
I mean, it wasn't a battle for that final.
No.
rounds. I mean, come on.
Justin says, if I compete at surf, I still get enough points for world finals with Cali events. Probably. I mean, that's a 3x event up at surf. And then 39.9, same thing happened again. Cali was just wondering where the hell this Tennessee base racers things were, since I guess they didn't show up. But then we got the top dog. And, Cali was holding it down. Got to Joe, DC Joe, who we had on here a couple weeks ago. Got all the way up to like 60,000 points and may or may not have stepped aside a little bit. Figured 60,000 points might get him to the end. And he may have been wrong.
Just a little bit.
Then there was 2 Tennessee guys left in the last round. One of them busted out. The other one busted out right behind him. Just to make sure. Well, the thing is the only way somebody from Tennessee had a chance to win is if they tied. So they had to tie. And a bust, there's no way to tie. But there's an opportunity to tie if you don't bust. So with that being said, they both busted out. Then they tied. And we're looking at the winner right here in the bottom of the screen right here. Let's see here. Right there. Mr. Richard Ross. $70 richer.
Yep. It was an awesome run that day.
Yeah. I don't think he did it for the money though.
No. The pride was way more important than the money, I'm sure.
Exactly. I would imagine so.
So, why don't you tell us about the run there, Richard? Because how your run up was to win, to being the final winner.
Well, I started out as top dog, went through like 5 of the Cali guys at first, and then got put out and waited my turn to come back. And at that point, I had 60,000.
Wait, you had like 65, 70,000 points going into the run against Joe.
Yeah.
And then Joe beat you in a time extension. So you guys tied. I think you went to like 3 ties before Joe finally won, and it was a 9.8 to 9.9. It was a 1/10 at the last second. It's kind of dropped by. It was a close battle all the way through.
So that was his first loss.
Yes, that was his first loss. Okay. And then Joe went through, I think, 3 or 4 other people, and then he got to Wall Street. Who was it? Wall Street what?
Winston.
Wall Street Winston. And he goes, oh, it's one of the Wall Street guys. If he ties me, and he may not have put his full effort forward.
What?
And he may have ended with a 139.7 instead of a 139.9. So
Winston didn't chase?
Well, Winston was trying to get the 39.9.
Yes.
Oh,
and so he dropped out at that point. So then Winston carried on past that. And we were trying to get Cali to go into extra rounds to where we could build up our scores. Yeah. And it just it didn't work at first. But then when I'm not sure how it fell through there, but Keegan ended up beating a couple people, and then me and Keegan went against each other. And I told Keegan, I said, the only way one of us is going to win is we have to go into multiple rounds. And that's when I think he broke out on accident as well, but we both broke out.
Oh, you were the first one to break out?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then Keegan followed you.
Yeah. And then we went 2 more rounds after that, and he ended up being under me. And so I got half of his points, which put me at 70,000, just over Joe.
Yep. Joe had like 60,200, and you had like 76,000.
73.
Yeah, there you go.
And then it was a battle at that point. I was like, we're going to go extra rounds one way or another, and we ended up going extra rounds, and I ended up beating him and getting half of his points. I ended up with 116,000 points.
Wow.
So
Yep.
that's the most wins. I had 9 wins total,
Yep.
and then 116,000 points. That was my career high right there. So it was pretty awesome.
And as far as Nevada did, freaking awesome turnout from Nevada.
Cool.
We had 10 people in Top Dog, and Tennessee had 4. And then in base race,
We
there
had
was
4
10.
and 4.
Oh, you had 8 total, and we had 11 in 29.9 and 6 in 39.9. So we only had 2 in the 39.9 class, and so 11. So that means we had 7 in the 29.9 class. And of all my competitors, I had 5 people that have never competed before ever. So that's why you didn't get your ties that you were looking for in the Top Dog.
Yeah, you could see like in one of the rounds, I think it was Lady Fry was trying to be in a 29.
Fire Dragon, yes.
Yeah, and then ended up getting into the 30s right at that 10-second mark or the 20-second mark.
Yep.
And had to like try to climb up.
That's hard.
There's our 29.9 winner, Mr. Dave Bradshaw.
How many base race shows has he been to? When I saw his name, I was like, "Is that Dave Bradshaw?" I don't even think he base races. And
Team Send It Dave?
And he ends up winning it. And I'm like, wow.
So that's what he started out. He started out as a base racer.
Okay.
And then moved into some like higher level DB drag stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
As happens, and that's the intention of base race, right? To get people involved and then move them into, high level DB drag. So he did that, and so he's always base raced.
Okay.
I would say the last year he competed, he really didn't do much base race, but he really focused on the DB drag stuff. And he has a build called Kong, and maybe we'll get him and Chivo on for our 29 and 39 winners next week.
Cool.
So. But no, they
was
did
Kong the CRX?
No, the Kong was his excursion or something like that.
Oh, so he competed in the excursion this weekend?
No, he borrowed a car, drove up there, borrowed a car.
Wow, if that kind of gives you like any indication of can you win or not? I mean, they borrowed a car and managed to beat out everybody else and take first. So,
and unlike how I represented it at first, it was not a walk in the park for him. There was multiple ties. We found a
random numbers.
So we did hit random numbers, but there was a glitch in the software. So that's part of the reason we do this, right? Because we're beta testing for World Finals so that when it becomes finals, we don't have these glitches. And so we went to 125.1, and for some reason, the server just kicked us both out. And so we had to start over with the 29.9, and then we went to tie again, and then it went 29.9 to 29.8, and we had a winner.
Yeah, I think I saw like some X's come up.
8 rounds.
Is that what it was? It was 8 rounds?
8 rounds, with 2 of those being the glitches. 8 rounds.
Yep. Oh, yeah, we had a glitch at the beginning where it was tie, and I think a second tie, not to random numbers yet, but for some reason they started and we didn't start.
Yeah, it was all X's, and then it kicked in right after that.
Yep. And at the show, this happened. Hello, guys. This is Joel Yabamit. Hello, guys. Call me Team Send It Joel.
Nice.
So Justin says it's a Tahoe. Dave Bradshaw says, yeah, it was a good battle.
Good battle.
Like I said, I'll see about getting Bradshaw and Chivo on next show. They'll come sit together or whatever, and they'll come on and we'll talk about theirs. But no, it was a good time out here in California, or Nevada, actually. We had a great time and enjoyed it. And so what about Tennessee? How did Tennessee receive this event?
It was pretty cool. I mean, everybody was looking forward to it.
Yep.
A lot of people that were out of town that would normally be there
Pop-Tart, Dave,
Pop-Tart,
McKay.
Dustin. Yeah, I didn't see Dustin, right?
Dustin.
Yeah,
Dustin.
He was visiting a friend that was fixing to have some surgeries and stuff. So
okay.
And then
Cadell.
Jeremy
Dave
Scoggin, he was
okay.
not. Chris's system is down right now. He's fixing stuff for finals. So, but if I'm not mistaken, he should be there for the 21st, and so should Dustin and Jeremy. Jeremy was actually in Las Vegas this weekend. So,
Justin Stolman, who didn't even make it to the show, says Tennessee's got to wear a Cali kicked our butt shirt.
Oh no.
I'm exempt for that because I won Top Dog. I'm just saying.
Yeah, just saying you're exempt from that. But no,
but we did have one new DB Red Hayden.
Yes,
came out.
Oh,
came
dude,
out Saturday.
Did a great job.
His first time ever. He practiced for like an hour before even getting up there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, and borrowed a car to do it too.
Oh, he borrowed a car too.
So, yeah, actually, my son's car, Winston's ST, because Winston was doing 39, so he did 29.
Okay. Chris Caudell says, so where was Josh at? Josh showed up, but he wasn't competing. He had to be somewhere too late for qualifying, and he had to leave before we were all done. So, that's where it was. Whoa. Let's see. Justin says, my car is out with no windshield. Gets replaced tomorrow for surf. Then I'll do some of your events, Doug. Let's see. Joel says, looking forward also to East versus West Pankadow. LOL.
Hey, I'm up for that too.
So are you familiar with the Pankadow and how? So you got a stunt wall?
Done it. It's somewhat of a stunt wall.
It's somewhat.
Somewhat.
Is it in a trunk vehicle?
Yeah, I've got the coupe.
Okay,
and I've got 4 6.5s across the trunk lid, and then with the doors open in the base and everything, it was doing like a 123, 124 when we tried it.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Only thing that sucks, it's 3 feet behind the trailing edge of the vehicle. So from your door speakers, that's a long ways away.
Exactly.
Well, if it's a trunk, so the trunk goes up. So does it just go by? I think the bumper would be the furthest part.
Well, yeah, but still, his door speakers are in front of that, right?
Oh, I see. So, okay.
It's 3 feet
from in front of it.
Oh,
yeah.
So you open up your doors. Okay, I thought the speakers in the trunk lid was helping you. But,
it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotcha.
Justin Solman says he blew 6 Moffetts in his 20K amp trying to play at a quarter ohm. You never see that at Crossfire, do you, Jeffrey?
This is what we recommend, 1 ohm. But, I mean, if you can get away with half a ohm and, that's fine. But quarter ohm, you're on your own.
Yeah. And if you're playing music, 0 need for quarter ohm, right?
Well, I mean, you might be able to get like some box rise, but that's just crazy. Starting off at quarter ohm, that's just asking for trouble.
Here's a quick question. I have not seen this name pop in here before. It's Nikos Gad. Hello, judges. I have one question for you. In DB Drag, can I use one car and compete in 2 different pro stock classes with 2 different names of each person, run the same car under his name? So, do you understand what he's saying?
So it's 2 different cars.
No, 2 different names, single car. In 2 different DB Drag classes.
In DB Drag?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like Pro Stock 1K and Pro Stock 2K.
The same car?
The same car.
No.
You absolutely can't. You can use so you can compete with it in DB Drag, and somebody else can compete with it in Top Dog, say.
Different format.
Different format, same car. Except for at World Finals. At World Finals, you have to have your own car to compete with. So, unless it's a team vehicle. So Chris Caudell says, Richard is my bracket partner. What's that
What
mean?
does that mean? Yeah.
Every time, like 90% of the shows we go to and he's there, you can guarantee me and him will be going against each other, either first round or second round. And just like at the Knoxville Excess Power show, I got him first round in 29.9, and then I got him first round in Top Dog, and it was like, man, come on.
You know, somebody noticed that at my shows, and he's like, "Oh, I got to go up against Dana every show." And it was like, come here, let me show you. I'm inputting the names, and it, well, you know, Top Dog, it, you know, puts random it in order, and then it's random, and then I says, "Here, look, I'll push it," and then bam, and then it just like, I don't know why he does it, but it just happens to him so often.
And I've looked at the programming for it, and it actually has a random generator in it. So it's not like it sorts it by first name, last name, alphabetical, numerical, whatever. It sorts it randomly. Yeah. So.
And then fun fact about Saturday, I was top qualifier in 29.9. With a 29.99.
You had a .99.
You had a .99. So, there you go.
It's been a long time since I got that too.
And you know what? And there were 3 people that didn't even qualify. So Rosa, Joel,
that's right,
and someone else didn't qualify.
What was the cutoff? It was like 29.87 or something like that.
8.7 was Rosa. Oh. So it might have been 8.9 or 9.2, something like that. It wasn't very high. So, but it's one of the few times where, hey, some people didn't make it.
Yeah.
You know?
Top 8 move on.
Top 8 move on. That's how it works, right? Yeah, so obviously we couldn't see you because I couldn't get the live stream set up and whatever, dude. Anyway, pretty excited. Everybody pretty excited for your win as a group. I do know in Nevada, we were all cheering on the Nevada guys, right? Versus the Tennessee guys. Doesn't matter if you're Team Wall Street or Team, Send It. We were all rooting for Nevada versus Tennessee. Similar over there?
Yep. Oh yeah. We had 2 or 3 different teams, DB Revolution, then Wall Street, and Never Enough.
Oh yeah.
So and we all just rooting to take out the East, but I mean the West. Excuse me.
Oh, that's right. You guys took out the East just fine.
Yeah. I mean, it seemed like we went against each other a few times Saturday. So.
Yep. We went against each other too. I think I think the random brackets in the base race worked out really well because it was East versus West, local and local, and it ended up being in the brackets East versus West in the finals for both 29 and 39.
Yep.
So it actually worked out really, really well, I thought.
Oh yeah.
So, and I let the Bo Terwillinger, Richard Ross is the man. Oh, okay. Says Richard Ross is the man. Dave Bradshaw says he had 1 test run for the whole day.
Yeah, that's normally my MO too.
Well, he borrowed a car, right? So he just literally borrowed a car and said, "All right, let's see what it does," and that was it.
But 90% of the times when I come up to base race, that's what Chris always says: you get 1 chance and get the hell out of here.
Yep.
So go up, do your number, and leave.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of used to that.
Yeah. When there's not a big show or something, I let people do multiple runs and play. Especially if we don't have filled brackets, I give people opportunity. But if the brackets are full, then it's 1 chance. Or if we're going our location against somebody else, 1 shot. And like Rosita, she did a 8.7. She was like, I can do way better than that. Yeah, I bet you can, but not today. And it wouldn't be fair to the other people, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there were several on our side too that could do better than what they did.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And it wouldn't have been fair to anybody to let them rerun, right?
Exactly. Right. Yeah.
So, but like I said, it was a great time. The people out there in Reno, like I said, I think we had 5 or 6 brand new people. It was awesome.
Wow.
They were like, dude, this is cool. What do you mean this is your last show ever in Reno? So, so
you left them wanting more.
Oh yeah, we had I think 5 women base racing over on this side. Between base race and top dog, I think we had 5 women competing.
I saw Rosa made like this big push for people to go, and I was like, yeah, if there's somebody that could, convince people to go, it'd be Rosa. So,
yeah, I mean they drove all the way from Fresno. Holy crap! I don't even know if I can read all that.
What is it?
Nikos.
Oh.
So, okay, thanks for reply. Yes. Was about 2K and 5K Pro stock, about the same car, 2 different competitors, using 2 unique names. Each competitor's vehicle may compete in one and only one class at each DB drag. Where I lost it. One class at each DB drag event. Additional guidelines: competitors may not enter the same vehicle in more than one class at a DB drag racing event. Competitors may enter multiple vehicles at a DB drag racing, provided that no 2 vehicles are entered into the same class, and provided that each vehicle is entered under a unique competitor name. That's pretty straightforward. I got called at 10 p.m. at night to come up, and I did. Get to a teammate's house till 1:30. Didn't get to the teammate's house until 1:30 a.m. So he was staying at Joe's house up in Reno. So I know you aren't up here in this area, Richard, but that's like a 2 hour and 10-minute drive for Dave to go to the show. So
it's kind of like driving over to Knoxville or close to Knoxville.
So anyway, so he drove up there. Him, Chivo. I'm like, dude, you guys told me you're going to be here. You got 30 minutes to get here and qualify. Where you at? The thing is the guys up here have been doing some IASCA lately, and IASCA doesn't have the time constraints that DB Drag does. We have brackets at this time.
Mm-hmm.
And so in IASCA, they'll say their events from 1 to 6, say, right? 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Well, they can show up at 10 minutes to 6 and still compete in IASCA.
Yeah.
DB Drag don't work that way. So.
Unless you're doing the one format, one or the
like
no
freestyle, freestyle, or Pankadao or Cyclone.
Cyclone, right.
Yep. So those ones there, you can show up late too and just compete in those.
So, Doug, with your guys and Top Dog, I've watched a few of the
live streams.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Do they all compete from inside the car?
Yes, absolutely.
That is crazy.
Why is that crazy?
Because like in the Tennessee side, we all are pretty much outside the vehicle with a handheld. Yeah. So that's why it takes us a little bit longer to get cars moved around, because we're winding up all these cords.
No. So here's the thing. Chris and I talked about it a little bit, and so you should always have 2 cars in the lanes. But he couldn't hear me because he had me on speaker instead of having an earpiece in, which is what I did. So if you put an earpiece in so you can hear, it makes things go smoother, because I tell him, I says, hey, you need to have this guy in the lane, this guy in your other lane, and stage this guy. And this way, when you're moving mics from car to car, this guy's ready to go. And that's like when you were ready to go again, is like the run's over, and I'm literally asking Chris, is he ready to go? Yes or no? I'm ready. Let's go. Right? And he's like ignoring me. But come to find out, he told me he had me on speaker, so he wasn't hearing all that. Because I mean, in general,
and of course he had to bounce through a couple phones too, because he was using his phone for the live feed, which ran out of battery.
Yep.
And then he had Caleb's phone for the little bit, and then Caleb had to leave. And then he had his wife Michelle's phone at the end there. So that's what. But in Top Dog, we had all 4 cars parked side by side up there.
Yeah.
And we were just bouncing the microphone back and forth between cars.
Well, you should have been able to run 2 meters, right? 1 meter in each side, and then you can move that to the other car, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we did.
Yeah. And so Wayne was like, dude, you guys got in a rhythm there for a minute where you were running through guys really fast. I go, yeah, Wayne, I told you, multi-location Top Dog is the shit. Because you can literally run a run, like, as soon as one's over, 10 seconds later, start the next one. Give the guy a chance to reset his system and get ready to go. Because I'll tell you, at least here, and I'm guarantee over in Tennessee, you guys are ready to go, and your systems are designed to keep going for Top Dog for however long it takes. So if they get a 10-second reprieve, that's fine because they're ready to go again instantly. Is that true over there too?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We got some that'll run for, I mean, just like at the Excess Power show, Chris Caudell and Dustin went, 12 rounds, 15 rounds, and for the cash days part of it, and it was like just boom, 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 random numbers and all that stuff. So I mean, yeah, it's the Excess Power X-Max is what most of these people are using now out here, and it's just an awesome battery.
Okay. Well, I mean,
but I could see what you're.
Go ahead, Jeffrey. Go ahead, Jeffrey.
Oh, I was going to say I could see what Richard is saying when he made that comment about Top Dog. Because a couple of our competitors control Top Dog on the outside of their vehicles, and I could see when they pull up to the lane, Dana and Eric, pretty much the base race guys. So yeah, they got to go out, they got to plop their chair, and then sit down and do all of that. But if you're in the car and just pull up, I can kind of see that. Maybe I can persuade some people to stay in the car. I mean, you got your podium, you can just like set it on your lap, or even put it on the dash and just control it. You can have your car on, you can have the AC on at the same time. So maybe that's a good time-saving technique.
It was just funny watching Doug run from car to car. Okay, you're done. Let's go. Next one. Hey, you're done. Let's go.
Yeah,
it was pretty cool.
Yeah, you obviously have never been to one of my events, but I do tend to run them on a fairly tight ship. We just keep going, right? Because how it all started out, Julio right here, Chivo. That's Chivo, Julio Cesar Montanez. I never get to practice.
Well, when you're good, you don't have to. So
there you go. Chris Caudell says sitting in the car equals changes in how it performs, which is true. But if that's the way you do it, then it doesn't change.
If that's the way you've been doing it, yeah.
That makes sense.
So Julio says, just give me a beer and I get in the zone. And he was literally sitting there. I don't know if you guys could see it on the live stream and stuff, but he's sitting there with the Corona in his hand and the base knob in the other hand.
Dang.
So, yeah, he was chilling out there. And like you said, you go in four vehicles. The only time it'll slow down a little bit is when you have a local run, and you got to get, are you ready to go? Are you ready to go? Because somebody needs to be prepped. I also tell my competitors, when you pull into the lane, you should have your song queued up. Mm-hmm. Even if you have a podium, it should be queued up on a podium, right? So you pull up, get out, put your chair down, sit down, and you're ready to go within seconds. Just saying. Dave Bradshaw said, I had 3 tall cans in mine. I was feeling good base racing. That's what he said.
It takes the edge off.
He opens the door, gets out of the car, and goes, oh, wait, I forgot my beer. And had to go back in there and get his beer out of the car. Because remember, he was borrowing somebody else's car. So probably didn't want them driving around with an open container, especially in this state. So no, we had a great time. Really hope the people over there in Tennessee did. I got the results posted right away. I don't know if they've done it yet, but they were going to do 12 Volt News was going to do a whole story on it. So let me look real quick. I'm just going to throw this on here. 12.
So Jeffrey,
yeah.
How many do you have for the 21st for the triple?
That's tough to say.
I'm sure Eric's going to be there, of course.
Eric's going to be there. He's like bugging me every day about practicing and stuff like that, which I'm glad because, like Chris Caudell and Eric here says, practice makes perfect. But it doesn't make you unbeatable. So let's just put that out there. But practice does make perfect. I know. So Eric's going to be there. My wife Dana is going to be there. And Roger said he's down to do, at Crossfire, he's down to do multi-venue. The 20s, man, there's a couple of guys that are like building right now. I know Lewis.
They got a month and a half.
Exactly. So hopefully we'll get that all squared away and they'll make their presence known. But give you an exact number, I'm not sure. But
I've actually got one of my 12s is actually slapping a little bit because I've got some Soundstream T5s 12s, and I went ahead and put a 7900 Def Fonts on it
because that's what it needed.
Yeah. Oh yeah, more power. Come on now. But it's Chris Caudell had a Soki sound off, and it got me the death match. It's a 3-minute music average.
A what? A Soki sound off?
Soki Southern California.
I don't think it's Southern California.
You're right. I'm mixing up my words here, but he hosts it every summer. And it's basically for the local guys and stuff, and it's a fun event to go to. And but he has what's called a death match, and I've won it 2 years in a row now.
Okay. Bradshaw says, "Good battle, Rossman."
Nice.
You replied with thanks, and you too. Chris Caudell, Jeffrey, how come you're the only one doing 119.9s?
I'm not competing.
And you have a 119.9 base race class.
Oh, he's probably talking
asking
about Dana. Yeah, so it was kind of like early on in the season, right? So
Joel
my wife Dana, she has this like big heart, right? So she says to me one time, like, she says, if I win and these people don't win, I take their points away from them. So she felt really bad, and she's like, okay, maybe half the season I'm going to compete in a different class altogether. So that way I can't be the reason for, say, Eric not making points because he kept losing to her type thing. So
because she's better than him is what you're saying.
It's some occasions.
That's what I heard. That's all I heard.
She was just kind of thinking, the whole overview. So I was like, well, I guess if you can put it that way, but so that's the reason why. And plus we had a situation where we were using borrowed batteries. Well, it was lithium bank that was actually part of Crossfire's R&D setup. So I think one show I was like asking Roger, hey, can we just put this lithium bank that's good for like 10,000 watts into my little Toyota RAV4 and do 29s? And it was cool at the time, but then we got new equipment that we had to test out and do, and so we were just left with the one battery. I even hit up Chris Gregory. I said, dude, what battery are you guys using? I need to upgrade my battery. And so that's another reason why. But
that X-Max 90, man, you can't beat it.
Dave McKay's popping in.
Is that lithium?
I don't. Man, you're gonna get me lying. I'm not.
Is it heavy or not?
Is it big?
It's not. It's about, I think, 20 pounds. It's not real heavy.
That's lithium then.
And
pretty light then.
Yeah.
But it holds up to like 20,000 watts, if I'm not mistaken.
That's lithium for
and,
sure.
But like, Winston can go for hours on just battery and doing 139.9 in the ST.
Dave McKay says yes, it's lithium.
Okay. Chris was telling me about a battery that he uses in his car that, it barely drops anything when he does 20. So fortunately, it's got, I think it's like a 300 plus price tag to it. And I'm like, all right, let me hold off for a second.
Well, that X-Max is like 1,200, I believe.
Yikes.
That Eric Hansen is just asking, how much is that battery?
Oh, there you go. $1,200 to do 29s.
Dave McKay says C-Max.
C-Max.
But no, that's battery voltage, super important when you're doing base race, top dog, especially with when you gotta get out of your car, turn it off in base race, right? So
you're on battery power.
Yes, definitely battery power. That battery does make a difference. So nice to see you, David McKay. Since you didn't make it to the event this weekend, I mean, excuses like your kid or something. Come on.
New father can't come out and play. I mean,
yeah. Dave,
we all miss David in the lanes. That's for sure.
Yeah. Dave says I love the Yilongs in his car.
Ah, okay.
Yilong though is a DUI version, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So it's something you got to put together yourself. You got to put a stabilizer on it and a BMS, a DIY. Sorry, Dave McKay. It was his wife's birthday. Should have brought her along. Right? It's your birthday. Hey, she could base race too.
We all ate at Huddle House next door. Come on now. He could have fit in.
Dang.
Well, I'm sure where you guys were at, you got plenty hungry before you had to go over there. Since it was a weed store, in case you didn't know, Jeffrey.
No. Wait. I thought it was a vape shop. It is a vape shop /
It's Cloudy Vapor and Hemp.
Ah, okay.
It's called Cloudy Vapor and Hemp. Aaron Cheney, or jeez, I just screwed his name up too. But Aaron, it's Keegan's father. So yeah.
Oh,
cool. And they both base race. Were they both base racing this weekend?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Dang.
Aaron does 39 and Keegan does 29.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Dave,
I'll tell you what, for a 13-year-old, Keegan is awesome. At the beginning of the season, he was.
Oh, so he's only 13? Nobody brought 13. That up to us.
Yeah.
So, if I would have known that, I would have had a 13-year-old out there too. Josh T.W.I.C.A. son.
Oh, a battle of 13-year-olds.
Yeah. Dave McKay says they have some kits pre-made. He tried to bring her along, but she wanted to go gambling in Kentucky. Dude, she could have gambled at base race. She could have been throwing cash on the windshields. That's how we roll in California.
It's her birthday.
No, that's good, Dave. You got to keep happy wife, happy life, right?
Yes.
What I'm running on, my wife and I have been together since 1990. So we're on 34 years.
Oh.
Together.
Nice.
So
what's your secret?
Happy wife, happy life.
Happy wife, happy life. Exactly.
And obviously, I'm always wrong. Dave says, I'll be at the big one, though.
Ah, okay, cool.
So
you better be.
Oh, well, I gave him the option, too. It was California or East Coast versus West Coast. If the East Coast won, they had a chance to try and beat the boss. But they couldn't pull it off.
I was so looking forward to that, but he had to screw that up for me.
Oh, and my wife just texted me, and don't you forget it. So apparently she
heard you.
She either heard me or she's watching. Either one.
So I think it wasn't. I think there was a post made about how many people was in Top Dog, but I don't think we mentioned it here. Can you tell us, Richard, how many people was in Top Dog altogether?
Total was 14.
Yeah,
14 people.
Yeah, we had 4 in Tennessee, and then there was 10 in Nevada.
Wow.
Yeah. And that, I think of those 10, I think 3 of them have never even competed before, and 2 of them were second time ever competing. So, I'm guessing this is a wife. Happy spouse, happy house, Richard.
That's my wife. Yeah.
Yeah, I texted.
Love her to death. Biggest supporter right there.
We talk about that on here quite often too, Jeffrey and I, and without Dana, where would Jeffrey be, right? I mean, she is definitely a big supporter. She helps do the shows and all that. I got a lot of stuff going on around my house and all the other stuff I do, and without my wife helping me with my stuff, there's no way I can go out and do this either, right? So there's expenses into all this stuff that they're here and they're part of it with you. So it truly is, at least in my household, and I feel Jeffrey's is similar. I mean, Jeffrey's been with his wife almost since I met him, not quite, but almost, and it's more of a partnership than a dictatorship, and that's truly right. We're not telling our wives, hey, this is what we're doing. We're hey, look, this is what I got planned. Does it conflict with anything else we're doing? And I will tell you also, my wife will move her plans around for my shows. I plan my shows in February. Well, if I wasn't retiring after this year, I could tell you when my shows are going to be next year. And so we just plan around it as such. Justin Solman says he doesn't know anything about that. He'll be officially be divorced by next month. Eric Hansen said there's going to be like 15 on the 21st. What's he at? And there's 15, your wife. She's so proud of you. She's proud of you. So, Eric, you're saying there's 15.
Now, see.
Go ahead.
Of course, our son competes. So
right.
if we have to go against each other, she stands in the middle.
She doesn't just go right to his side? Your son's side?
No. But now when he's competing by himself against somebody, she's right there with him too. So she's our biggest cheerleader, our biggest supporter for both of us. So.
Oh, I think I saw her was she there at the show? I think I saw her in the video.
Yeah, she was standing next to me.
Oh, okay. I think it was, it might've been the last round. I think you with Dave. And then I think you were coming out of your car and she was consoling you. And I heard what she said. And I was like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah. There she is. Christy says, yes, I was. Justin says, years and years of Autorama on Valentine's Day. Your wife rocks, Doug. And it's true. Dave McKay says, love my little Winston. Winston? Is that it's supposed to be an N there? He just misspelled his name. I figured it was typical. Winston.
Yep.
Oh, hey, Winston popping in here. Oh, he's a hot commodity, he says. He says, I'm a hot commodity.
Like I said, that ST, you got to watch it when finals comes around. He's going to be tough to beat.
All right. Eric Hansen says 5 to 6 people in Texas. Everybody's going to be there, and Cali probably like 8. That'd be nice.
Man, it's going to be huge.
Christy popping in. That's my Winston. Oh, Dave McKay says he misspelled it on purpose. Right. Any side bets for finals at base race? Hey, don't be putting bets out there yet. You got to show up. You got to make it to finals to do some bets.
Oh, man.
Yep.
Am I wrong?
Right. Yeah. No sideline bets.
That's right.
You got to be
there.
You got to be there.
I'll facilitate all kinds of side bets. I'll be on the phone, dude. I'll have a board going. I'll look like your ass is in Vegas. We'll have money line and all that stuff. Dave McKay, hell yeah, let's bet on finals. Justin says, my car is ready.
Oh, there we go.
I mean, hey, like I said, I'll run the money line. I ain't afraid.
Where's your side going to be on the 21st? Is it going to be at Palomino's again?
No, we are going to be at Nyman's shop.
Oh, okay. So that's going to be Sacramento.
Yes,
okay.
Sacramento. And they're going to be back at the same place, right?
Yeah.
And then you'll be at Crossfire.
Vape.
Yeah, you'll be at the vape shop, and you'll be back at Crossfire, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Like I said, I'm kind of looking forward to it. And having 3 locations, if we stage 2 cars at a time, we can go through base races. It's so quick. So quick. I'm going to ask Wayne to participate in like on a 3-way phone call so that he can say, or 4-way, right? And say, hey, Jeffrey, have this guy in the lane, have this in the lane, this guy staged. Doug, this guy and this guy in the lane, this guy staged. Chris, this guy and this guy in the lane, this guy staged. So do you guys have plenty of room to do that?
Yes.
Okay. There's a lot of room at the vape shop?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
We're basically behind it, or the side. There's a big lot.
Parking lot, basically?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think that's what Greg was kind of facing, trouble with space and everything at last year's event. But that's good
we were
actually
at Pop Tart's house
last
year. Oh, and so we were having to pull in and out of his garage because of the Wi-Fi signal. So
one car at a time. But it was
still fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
No, actually, we could get 2 cars in. There was a 2-car garage, but it was still the fact that it was so tight to get in and out.
So no, like I said, I mean, we had a great time over here. Yeah, Dave McKay says, "Damn internet."
Yeah,
because we actually went off of his phone.
Oh, did
because
you?
Because the Wi-Fi wasn't picking up from Pop-Tart. Yeah, we were using David's phone.
Eric Hansen says he's got 21XT4 wall, or yeah, that's right, 21XT4 wall on 6K.
On a 6K.
So is that a single subwoofer?
Yes.
Single 21-inch subwoofer.
But how much does he need of that 6K to do a 20s class? I think we clamped it one time. It might have been like 60 watts
to hit the 29.9.
Yeah, that's because his build is so efficient. Now it is with the wall. Where Dana's car, we still got the 12s in the back, so it takes about like maybe 500 watts. So, but it's crazy.
Yep. I tell
Joe Mullins just got a new build too.
Oh, did he? Oh, you know what? I think Chris was telling us about that.
He's got, I think, either 315s or 318s in his Dodge full size, in the crew cab side of it, the crew cab part of it, in a wall, running off a JP83.
Okay. Yeah. What about his daughter? Is she doing anything anymore other than being a mommy?
Baby duty.
Yeah. Doing her mommy job.
Yeah.
So
he's grown like a weed.
Oh, do they still come out to the events just to hang out for a little bit and then take off, or?
Not since Joe got sidelined for a little bit. They haven't been out.
Okay. Dave McKay says 72 watts on his to do 29.9190 or 39.9. Oh, for 39.9.
That's efficient.
Yep. That would be efficient. But yeah, hey, so we're rolling up on the hour, pretty dang close right now. That went pretty good. Dude, congratulations on the
congratulations
Top Dog. 14 competitors. It was the highest participation of the day. Base Race 29 had 11. Top Dog had 14. So
well, I mean, I'm still not downgrading the second place either, because you know Cali guys are awesome too. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
So what was your secret for Top Dog? Can you divulge anything? Any like tactics
Yeah.
or anything that you do to
Well,
9 wins?
earlier in the day, I found a penny on heads. And then right before the show, I found another penny on heads. So, I mean, superstition, I don't know. But
Superstition. Do you
it's
have
just a
any
matter of
superstitions?
Oh, I got plenty of superstitions. I
Wow,
mean,
like do you
black
like
cats,
black
the
hat?
whole the whole 9 yards, broken
Take
glass or blow.
really?
Oh, I mean, like broken mirrors and stuff. Oh yeah, I'm 7 years bad luck.
Oh, but
Get that
like
out of
for
here.
when you compete, top dog or base race, do you like
Oh
wear the
no, no,
same
no,
underwear or something?
no,
2 shows in a row, or so you don't have any
no,
superstitions, or
not
okay.
like that. No.
You just control the 9 and make sure you hit it as long as you
Yeah,
can, right?
I set the track right where I want to.
Okay.
That's the first thing, and
Hmm.
then I know where to come out, and that the biggest thing with me is like everybody says that I'm trying to get the the 29 right off the bat, which I can do a lot of times. Bring it out right at 29, and then climb up to the .9, and but I've learned to back that off some because it
Yeah.
has gotten me. It has gotten me a few times.
A little
Oh
red
yeah.
light.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Some of the guys out here,
Overshot.
they try to get that whole shot. And then by
yeah,
doing so, it jacks them up to the next class. And they learn the hard way. They just got to back off. But okay, so
Uh,
cool. So you get it at 29s and
yeah, I don't know if you caught it over there in Tennessee, but we had like 3 or 4 people trying to do the whole shot thing, and
wow.
it bit every one of them.
yeah. I mean, I
Mhm.
tried a couple times to get up there to get that the
Mhm.
29.9. I've done it once in this season
Mhm.
at a show that I got the actual whole shot.
Dang.
But
That's like
it's
2,000 points.
yeah, but it is very scary because you got to learn to back that
Yes.
off real quick.
Yes.
Otherwise, it'll
Yes.
bump you up.
Yep.
Now, there's an idea I wanted to pitch around to a couple of the judges. It had to do with Top Dog. You know how you did like 116,000 points?
Yep.
My idea is have a side competition where it's called First to a Million, where you guys just go heads up and you don't have to worry about breaking out and exiting the competition. You're still in it. We're gonna, extend the competition till somebody hits a million. What do you think about that?
I'm down.
You're down? Okay.
Oh yeah,
It'd be difficult with a lot of people. No, you know what? I don't think it would be any different whether you had a lot or a little bit of people because you would need the
Mhm.
ties and to share the points. That's the only way you'll ever get
Mm,
there.
yeah.
And man, dude, that would be an extensive event. But I
Yeah.
mean, even with 14 people, we got through it pretty quickly. I
Hmm.
can see having 30 people in Top Dog, and it's still going pretty quick.
Dude, did you I think I made I don't know if it was a mistake or what, but I looked at the leaderboard to see how many who had the most wins in Top Dog. I don't
Okay.
know, it led me on this big rabbit hole because I saw like overseas had like 30 wins. I don't know if you guys check out the
No.
leaderboard and put
Hmm.
most wins for Top Dog. It was like 30 wins and I was like, wow, let me see who was in it. And yep, there was like this whole list of like a ton of people on there, and I'm like, man, who did the show? How did I not catch this? How did I
Yeah.
miss this? But yeah, if
E-
you guys get a chance to, it's
Eric
crazy.
says Dana and Eric did it
Oh,
already one time.
it was in practice, and obviously you
How long
could.
did it take?
I don't even remember because they went back and forth. They were stealing each other's points, so somebody was up really high, and yeah, I think we have it on a live video when I used to do the live videos up for practice. But yeah, I got up there and I was like, man, we need to make this a thing. Forget about busting out. You're still in it. Whoever gets the first million wins.
All right. Just wants to know any more death matches, not till finals that I'm aware of.
Mm.
Um, all right. So I got a question for you. Then Jeffrey does. When you're all done with this car stereo thing, and you're too old, and you're rolling around in a wheelchair with a boom box underneath it, what do you want people to remember you for in this thing?
that I'm friendly and I'll talk to anybody. I mean, we're all in this because we love it, and somebody comes up to me and says, "Hey, what do you have, or what are you doing?" I've got no problem opening up everything up and like showing and explaining and even teaching. I mean, Winston, I mean, he's been in my life since he was 10 years old, and I've brought him up through the ranks, and now look at where he's at. And I can't tell you how many times I get a call or a text, "Hey, Rich, hey, Rich, hey, Rich." It's somebody needing help, and it's always being there for somebody.
No, that's cool. I mean, like I said, you know what, that seems to be a really popular answer of the people we've asked. Is that we were friendly, we were helpful. We brought people along in the community. That seems to be real common. So, which attests to the people that are involved in the community, right? Yeah. That's just it shows you the people that are involved. So, all right, Jeffrey.
Being kind definitely does go a long way. And
it does.
It seems like people remember those kind of people the most, and not really so much the jerks, I guess, or the assholes.
Unless they're
I've seen a few of those too. So.
Yeah. It seems like they just go away on their own, and then
they do.
The guys with the positive attitude are the ones that stick around anyway. So it's like focus your effort on something like that's positive, or just get tossed to the side, and that nobody wants to talk about. But
all right, Jeffrey, hit him with the question.
Yes. All right, Richard. So we got this question. I'm sure you've seen the podcast before. We want to know, what is your definition of a bass head?
Me basically. Love it, live it. I mean, everything I do. I mean, excess power. I mean, come on. Just to be able to go to a show or a cruising and people coming up, because you're demoing and giving them, demos or explaining stuff. I mean, that's a bass head, willing to go out and do things, go to shows, go to any car events, and, just try to promote the sport, try to promote, all that. I mean, that's, to me, is the definition of a bass head.
Yep.
Love it, live it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anybody that's watched or listened to this podcast for any length of time at all knows, I say all the time, somebody's passionate about something, it's infectious. So share your passion with somebody, and they'll appreciate it. So you'll find out. When somebody's truly passionate, I don't care if they're truly passionate about amoebas, single cell organism floating in some water. When somebody's truly passionate about it, you can't help but be engaged in what they have to say about it.
When I'm talking about passion, like with me, like finals last year, when I got the best of show, I mean, you could see it all over me how much it meant because of the work I put into it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's bass head.
Exactly.
No, that's great. All right, Jeffrey, what do you got going on? It looks like you have a little something over your shoulder there, sir.
Yes, I had to do an edit because it has now been upgraded to a 2X. So this Saturday, guys, Saturday night to be specific, August 17th, at Crossfire Car Audio, Grapevine, Texas. It is now not only a double point event, but it's dual org. So we got U.S.A.C.A, we got Shane Chandler running the U.S.A.C.A lane. So it's going to be U.S.A.C.A, and then I'm doing DB Drag. It's going to be a double point event, double the points. So if you guys need points for finals, points cutoff is just around the corner, coming up in mid-September.
September 22nd.
So definitely you not only get double the points, but you're going to get that certified score you need to qualify for that finals invitation. So definitely take advantage of that. It's going on this weekend, 6:30 p.m. start time. Check out dbdragracing.com/calendar for all the details.
Yeah.
Eric needs to calm down a little bit.
He's all woohoo, more points.
I don't think that's going to happen naturally anyways. Maybe some kind of sedative might help him, but
Eric's pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah. And then also up at up in Oregon. We have Surf City coming up.
City, yeah.
Same weekend, right?
Our friend Chemo is running it, right?
Yep, Chemo should be taking care of that.
Cool.
So just saying, it's coming up the same weekend. That's why I had to cancel my show in Reno for this weekend, because over here on the West Coast we have a gentleman's agreement. I don't put on a show the same weekend as Surf, and if they were to have any shows up in the north, they don't put it on the same time as Autorama, right? So because we really would appreciate the people come down for Autorama, and obviously we send a lot of people up to Surf. So between the two, it's a great thing, you know. It's us trying to promote the car stereo lifestyle versus fighting with each other for the chunk of people that are involved in it. So that's what we do. My next show, honestly, is not until September 21st right now. So
I believe that's my next one too.
Which for me, if anybody knows has ever looked at my my page before, I've never gone a month without a show. So I'm just saying. But Julio was talking to me, and it looks like he wants to put on maybe 2 shows between now and then.
Oh, wow.
So
yeah, definitely. I was gonna say, you don't have any like SPL teams out there wanting to get their member points and stuff like that?
Oh, we do.
Usually always the case.
Yes, we do. We absolutely 100% do. But so but we need to make that talk. Let's see, what did Dave say? I can't read all that crap. I was going to just take second. Oh, that's old stuff.
Oh.
Oh wow, I got a whole bunch of stuff here that I didn't get to. So anyway, but maybe let's see. Justin says maybe we can change that. I need points before the cutoff. I know Julio and Team Send It were talking about hosting maybe 2 other events. So just a thought. I'm going to try next week to get Dave and Julio on here. So we'll have the 29 and the 39 base race winners, since they can sit in the same spot. Oh, yawn, huh?
Uh-oh.
We'll bring it a little harder next time. That's what.
Ooh.
Dang. Was Dave and Julio at the last multi-venue?
Neither one were.
Wow. Okay. So they never went heads up with anybody at Tennessee before. Oh, okay.
No.
Man.
So they're like
it was definitely a battle.
100%. So Justin says bring your beer. Bring your own beer. But anyway, all right, guys. Hey, we've been on here an hour and 8 minutes.
Oh, did we ask Richard where we can get his
info
and what
sponsors?
Shout-outs?
Yeah, shout-outs to your team, your wife. Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh, of course. First and foremost, the man that's upstairs, you know. But then my wife, my family, then Team XS Power, Team Soundstream. You know, Sean Mayo's awesome out in this area.
Yeah.
He's the reason why we have shows and stuff.
Awesome.
So, yeah. But other than that, I appreciate you guys.
Hey, so if somebody wanted to hit you up with questions or whatever, how would they find you or get a hold of you?
Media.
Yeah, social medias to follow you or anything?
Man, I don't even know my social. I mean, I'm on Facebook, Richard Ross. Just look me up. You'll see me and my wife.
Okay. And that's probably the easiest way if they wanted to get a hold of you.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I will say his wife responded to my instant message to her in like 10 seconds. And then
she actually came in the room and woke me up. So
she said she was going
to. Doug said he wants you on the podcast. I was like, let me see.
She said he's sleeping right now. When he wakes up, I'll tell him. All right, that's cool.
Well, see, I have to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Whoa.
So
I leave at 3. So I'm with you.
When we got done with the show, I got home at 11:30 Saturday.
Yeah.
And had to be up to work at 4 o'clock Sunday morning.
Yeah.
So I went to bed early yesterday. So, but it's all good. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, good. All right. So with that being said, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys very much. I want to thank our sponsors, Badass Sounds by Steve, Stolman Transportation LLC, and Eric Hansen, also known as E-Box, Install and Design. If you guys have an opportunity to purchase something from somebody who supports the things that you guys like to do. That's right, and let them know that you're supporting them because of the things that they like to do. Excess Power, because there's one of the competitors turned you on to them that wears your shirt. If you go with one of our sponsors, let them know that T.W.I.C.A is the reason you're talking to them. Even if you don't buy stuff from them, if you just let them know that, hey, their sponsorship does matter, and it will help us on work throughout the sport, help get teams sponsored with discounted deals. Show them a value to it.
Yeah.
So I also gotta thank Chris Gregory, because without him we wouldn't have shows in Tennessee.
Yeah.
And then of course Aaron Chaney too. I mean he's stepped up with hosting some shows at his place, and then of course Pop-Tart his venues with his Bass Wars. So.
And Justin Stolman, Stolman Transportation LLC, just posted in there. He just got a brand new 53-foot trailer. So if you need get cars hauled, he can haul cars to finals for you guys. So with all that being said, I appreciate you guys for tuning in this week. We're going to be back again next week at 5:30 California time, the only time that matters. And, well, I ain't wrong.
For you, anyway.
But we'll see you guys next week on This Week in Car Audio. Peace.